Hello friends, this is Kushal from ISET Bhopal, and in this video we are going to learn about the difference between natural language and computer language. So natural language is the language that humans use for communication, and computer language is essentially the language that we use to write computer programs. So how did this natural language come about? As we know, for the past few billion years, evolution has been taking place on this planet. So first of all, there was a single cellular bacterial organism that came about, or maybe it was an archaea or some other simpler species. Then very slowly through this process of mutation and natural selection, this single cellular organism gave birth to multicellular organism, and finally we have human beings, which are considered to be the pinnacle of evolution in some ways. Now, although this process of evolution is considered to be extremely slow, but over the past few thousand years, the human society or human civilization has been able to make very rapid progress and evolve very, very fast because of very high amount of interaction between human beings. And this interaction between human beings was essentially made possible because of natural human language. And over the last century, human beings have also developed computers and started interacting with these machines, which has made their work a lot more easier. Over the past few decades, these computers have also started interacting with themselves because of the internet and various other resources, and this has led to another great revolution in human society, which can be called the IT revolution, and that is why this current age that we are living in is called the information age. So any kind of interaction between human beings and between computers requires a kind of language. So the language that human beings require to interact with each other is called natural language, and the language that computers use to interact with each other is called computer language. So what is important to understand is that although these two are languages in a broad sense, but there are some important differences between them. Most importantly, natural language, or the language that human beings use for interaction amongst themselves, is highly motivated by our imagination and emotions. On the other hand, computer language is purely a set of instructions for the computer to carry out, and there is no external context to these instructions. So even though there may be a context that the human being understands, but the computer themselves do not understand any context, and the language itself does not have any external context embedded in it from a computer perspective. So now if we take this set of computer languages, they can be categorized under this broad category of formal languages, and there is this hierarchy of formal languages which was developed by Noam Chomsky, who is one of the greatest linguists on this planet. So what he came up with is this hierarchy of various formal languages with different kinds of grammar rules. So the broadest set of formal languages is called recursively enumerable languages. Then a subset of that is called context sensitive, which means that the grammar rules depend on the context in which they are set. Then a subset of context sensitive language is context free languages. These context-free languages are those where the grammar rules do not depend on the context. And then finally, there is a smallest subset called regular languages, which are the most restrictive in some sense. So all regular languages are context-free, all context-free languages are context-sensitive, and all context-sensitive languages are recursively enumerable. So this recursively enumerable set is the largest set of formal languages. Now, making a connection to Turing machines, one can say that this set of recursively enumerable languages is also Turing recognizable. What does that mean? That if you take a language from this set, meaning that a language that is recursively enumerable, then there exists a Turing machine which can recognize words which belong to that language. So if you give a word to that Turing machine, and if that word belongs to that language, then the Turing machine will definitely halt and tell you that yes, this word indeed belongs to this language. But if you give it a word that does not belong to the language, then there are two possibilities. The Turing machine may halt and tell you that the word does not belong to the language, or the Turing machine may keep running infinitely without halting. The smallest subset over here, which is the subset of regular languages, is Turing decidable, which is a stronger condition. What is Turing decidable? So what this means is that if you take a language which belongs to this category of regular languages, then there exists a Turing machine which will tell you that a given word belongs to that language or does not belong to that language for sure. Which means for any given word, that Turing machine will halt for sure. Either that Turing machine will halt and tell you that the word belongs to the language, or it will halt and tell you that the word does not belong to the language. Under no circumstances will that Turing machine get into an infinite loop. So this is the difference between languages which are recursively enumerable, meaning they are equivalent to the set of Turing recognizable languages, and the set of regular languages which is equivalent to the set of Turing decidable languages. So once again, what is Turing decidable? So Turing decidable means that if you give a word belonging to a language, then the Turing machine will definitely halt and it will tell you whether the word belongs to that language or it does not belong to the language. But if a language is merely Turing recognizable, then the Turing machine will definitely halt and tell you if the word belongs to that language. But if the word does not belong to the language, then the Turing machine may halt and tell you so, or it may keep running infinitely. So now the question arises that where do these natural languages fit in? Are they recursively enumerable? Are they, belonging to a smaller subset of context sensitive or context free or regular? The answer is that we currently do not know for sure. As of now, natural languages seems to be very ambiguous and have some properties which make it very difficult, or I should say almost impossible, to fit into any of these categories. But for certain specific purposes, scientists have been able to find a version of these natural languages which can be fit into a certain subset for computational purpose. But if you take any natural language as a whole, then it most likely doesn't fit into any of these categories, and it is still an open question to understand what exactly are the differences between natural languages and computer languages or formal languages. So now if you take language in general, which can be defined as a structured system of communication, that can be divided into two broad categories. One is the set of natural languages and another is the set of computer languages, or what can be called formal languages. So natural language is essentially a human expression of imagination and emotions, and secondly it is evolutionary in nature. So the language that we used to speak 1,000 years back is no longer the same as what we speak now. If you take for example books by Shakespeare which were written a few hundred years back, the English there is very very different from the English that we speak today. So natural language evolves on its own without people having to make changes deliberately. But computer language on the other hand was deliberately created by human beings for programming computers, and these are basically a set of instructions. There is no imagination or emotion in these languages. They are purely a set of instructions which are meant to be carried out by these computers in order to achieve certain goals set by their human programmers. These computer programmers, after they are debugged, of course there can be bugs when you write a computer program, but after all the debugging is done, they are perfect and error free. This is unlike natural languages which are quite ambiguous in nature many times. Computer languages, again, as I mentioned earlier, they do not have any external context. So computer languages are purely a set of instructions and they do not understand the context in which they are written. Only the human programmer understands this context. And very interestingly, computer languages also do not have any tense. There is no past tense, there is no future tense, there is only the present tense, because instructions have to be carried out in real time. Even when you tell a computer, okay, carry out this instruction 5 days from now, that is still an instruction in the present and not really in the future. So now humans are the ones who have created this computer language and also definitely understand what they have created. However, is the reverse also true? Do computers also understand human language the way humans understand computer language? For example, if we take Google Translate, so on the left hand side of your screen you see a sentence in English and on the right hand side you see a sentence in Hindi. This translation was done by a computer on its own. But does this computer really understand these words? Does it understand what hello means? Does it understand what is meant by this question, how are you? Most probably not. So what is amazing is that you can do a lot of language processing just by simple algorithms. So this, although this looks like something that requires an understanding of the inherent meaning, but the beauty is that you can do all this just by purely algorithmic processing of syntax. And this is what natural language processing is all about. It is essentially an algorithmic processing of syntax. So there are two ways in which natural language processing can be done. Broadly speaking, there are of course a lot of finer details, but broadly speaking, there are two ways in which this can be done. One way is the rule based, where the grammar is hard coded, and this is what was done earlier. That people worked hard to find actual rules of grammar, be it in English or any other language, and they tried to hard code these grammar rules for the purpose of language processing. However, that process is very cumbersome and not very efficient, and over the last few decades there is this statistical learning which has taken over, and nowadays that is essentially done using machine learning. So in statistical learning you basically learn various rules of grammar through statistics, and then you make various kinds of inferences. And the interesting thing is that it is even possible to make semantic inferences just by analyzing syntax. So semantics is essentially the underlying meaning of a sentence, and syntax is the more formal structure of the given sentence. So a computer definitely does not understand any semantics, because computer essentially operates only by a set of instructions which have to be hard coded. But the interesting thing to understand is that even though a computer doesn't understand any meaning or semantics, but by pure manipulation of the syntax, it can make semantic inferences. And this is what is used in these interesting areas like sentiment analysis, election prediction, and even fake news detection. So NLP has many applications, and in another video we will learn what are the basic methods by which this statistical learning is done. Thank you.